here's your conservative, but not bitter host, Todd Huff.
All right. Well, that is correct. You are listening to the home of conservative, not bitter talk. And education. And education as we are working on launching our CNBU, Conservative Not Bitter University series. Your home for your online conservative home for training, online education, your online academy of sorts. By the way, you can find out more about that as we launch these programs, including how you can get your free class by texting the word course, C-O-U-R-S-E, course, to 888-111. So, anyway, welcome to the program. It's good to be here. So we're on YouTube, hour number 2, streaming on YouTube this morning. In fact, you may have seen me sneaking a little bit of extra breakfast here between the first and second hour. And I want to go back to what we were talking about at the end of the last hour. I just cannot wrap my head around this, folks. And look, when you do this every day, you encounter a lot of stuff. But I have to tell you, I'm having trouble here. John Blake, CNN Enterprise. I'm looking here on the website for CNN.com. CNN Enterprise writer/producer. John Blake is a native of Baltimore, Maryland. He writes about race, religion, and politics, and other assorted topics. I can't imagine what this guy has to say about religion either. But I referenced this article last hour. If you missed it, we're talking about Biden. We're talking about Biden's comments where he says, if you can't decide whether or not you're going to vote for Trump or him, Joe Biden, then you ain't black. That's what he said. And we went through not all the excuses. We went through several of the excuses. We went through the excuses that said things like he was joking. You got to listen to the whole thing in its entirety to fully get the humor here. I did that. Again, as I shared in the first hour, to me, this is a lot more about Biden trying to sound like a tough guy than Biden trying to engage in some sort of humor. Although there was a little bit of that, a tiny bit. It wasn't funny, but there was a little bit of that was being tried in this interview. But that's not the point of this. The other, we had Sheila Jackson Lee, representative from I think Houston area. She's in Texas. She came out. She didn't hear Biden question anybody's blackness in this. She couldn't understand what people were talking about. And besides that, even if Biden did question someone's blackness, what he was really trying to do is to say, look, I've been fighting for African-American interests in this nation politically for half a century, basically. And if you can't see this, then you're not apparently black. Biden also pointed out, as I shared last hour, that 96% of black voters in Delaware supported him when he was senator for the state of Delaware. Interestingly enough, I guess Delaware's black population, according to Joe Biden, has decreased by 4% because the 4% that didn't vote for him apparently ain't black, according to Joe Biden. But anyway, so that's the whole context. And so I referenced here a CNN article. It's an analysis. This is not analysis, folks. This is gibberish. This is silliness is what this is. And I'm referencing a piece by John Blake. Headline here says, what Biden says was outrageous. Kudos, Mr. Blake, for at least acknowledging that. It was outrageous. But some say, who says? You say, John? Some say so was the reaction. Actually, John interviews someone, a political science professor, actually chair of the political science department at Howard University, Washington, D.C. His name's Ravi Perry. He says it would be stupid for African Americans to support Donald Trump after what President Trump has done, even if you're an African American Republican. So that's whatever. I mean, people can have their opinions. But here's the part that's nuts to me. According to Perry, who is being interviewed, again, follow this. So Perry's the chair of the political science department at Howard University. So this is how this works. A journalist at CNN wants to find a way to figure out how to defend Joe Biden from being caught in the middle of candidly stupid stuff. Again, this is not how average people think. I do not go around thinking about whatever if someone's a black American. I don't think about their blackness. I don't think about whatever that even means. Like I'm some sort of a judge. What does this even? I mean, I just think about terms of humanity, and I think most people do as well. I think we just think in terms of, hey, let's find a way to work together. In fact, I don't even think most people think that. I think they want that, but I don't think that you go into work and you find someone who's another race from you. Do you immediately think, oh no, we're going to have problems? I mean, people that I know just think, hey, I'm Todd, man. Good to meet you. What do you do here? We're going to be working together. Great. Let's figure out how we do that. And you treat people the same way you treat anybody else. I just, this blackness and whiteness stuff, it is so overdone in this country. And look, I'm not saying there's not cultural differences. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have a little bit better sense of humor. I'm pausing here. I will tell you this. I have a friend. I haven't talked to him in some time. He is Latino. He is from Compton, California. We met in college. We became friends. He's been here and I've been there, believe it or not. And we used to tease with each other. He used to tease me about things that would be, country or white or whatever. And I didn't ever once think that it was serious. We chuckled at it. We had fun at it. We loved and cared for each other. We just came from different worlds and we were trying to understand each other's world. And then when there was something funny to one of us, we could do it, and we both found it humorous. I remember him when he came here back in spring break of '99, putting on a pair of overalls without a shirt on underneath it, and he bought some hillbilly teeth, I think, and he got his picture taken. And look, it's just fun and jest. There's nothing personal. It's just that it was different to him. And of course, there's stereotypes of certain parts of the country. In fact, when he came here, it was so, at nighttime, it was so dark. He said, Todd, where are all the lights? And I said, well, there's a light over there and a light over there. He didn't. Yeah. And when I went to visit him, my wife and I went to visit him when he got married. I remember thinking, I understand now why he asked me where the lights are, because where he was, you couldn't see a lot of the stars because it was so, the city was, he couldn't get out far enough from the city to see the dark, how dark the sky was, or couldn't point at individual lights across the horizon. He was in kind of a sea of lights at home. And so there were, but we were so common in other ways, right? We had the same beliefs, and we didn't ever talk. We would joke with each other about our, the quirks about being different from different parts of the country and different backgrounds and everything. But we just meshed naturally. We didn't have to force it. We didn't sit there and think. He didn't think, how am I getting along with the white kid? And I didn't think, how am I going to get along with this young Latino guy? We just got along. So I don't understand why everything has to be so serious to begin with. But that being said, this guy, this professor at Howard University, which, by the way, I met my friend. His name's Howell at American University. American University is in Washington, D.C., not far from Howard University, which is also Washington, D.C., which is where this guy is a political science professor here, chair of the party, or of the political science department at Howard University. So apparently the one thing, if you're white, if you're someone who just isn't black, you can't question anyone's blackness, whatever that means, why anyone would do this, whatever. Not, again, how I look at things, but you can't question anyone's racial identity on whether or not, as he writes here, whether or not they like the opera. Apparently, whatever you think about this stuff. But you can question their political identity if a black person doesn't vote Democrat. You realize how insane this is. This is absolutely insane. I mean, can you... So they've carved out an exception. They are exempted from the rule. None of the rest of us can engage anyone about anything without being considered a racist. However, if you know someone who's black and they don't vote Democrat, apparently, according to this professor, you can say to them, they ain't black. This is insanity. This is, I can't even begin to tell you how stupid this is to me. How stupid this is to me. But it's awfully convenient for the left. This is what he says here. They can, however, question the political identity and choices of a black person who votes for a president that spread a birther conspiracy theory about the nation's first black president. Which, whatever, okay. You can talk about how that started with Hillary. I don't understand, just because, whatever you think about the birther stuff, I'm not a birther person, but I mean, look, if I don't know why that's necessarily tied to race. If some people believe that we're being lied to on, where Obama was born, I don't know why the only conclusion there is it's racist, but apparently that should make all black Americans not want to vote for Trump because of that. And when he said very fine people on both sides, referring to what happened in Charlottesville, Virginia, in recent years since he's been president. Of course, that's taken out of context. So those two examples don't even apply here. And again, this CNN piece that says Biden's remarks were clumsy and off-putting, but he had the right to ask the question. Now, this is, of course, the writer is writing what Perry says. But this is CNN goes out there and say, hey, we got to find a way to defend Biden. He's taking a lot of flack for these comments. Go find someone at, take your pick, a liberal university. It's a black college. Go find someone there that'll defend him, because this person, you can't. There's no criticism for this person. Whatever this person says is apparently how the rest of us have to look at it. And of course, this guy realizes that. This Ravi Perry, African American, political science department, Howard University. He can say whatever he wants, and what are the rest of us going to say about it? He's out there saying you can. He's found the one area you can question someone's blackness, and that is their political affiliation. But it only works one way, by the way. It doesn't work if someone is black and they have Republican values. You can't question that. You have to say, hey, you should be Democrat. I really want to question. Why would you want to vote for a president who's a racist? Right? That's what this guy says, which is insanity. Which, of course, if the president is racist, then the rest of us should have to answer the question, why do we want to vote for a president who's racist as well? But apparently the only people that care about that, I guess, according to this guy's logic, is black Americans. I tell you what. So he goes on to say, and I've got to take a break, this Perry, who again is talking about why it's okay to question someone's political viewpoints if they're black. Defending Biden here. This is what he said. He says his point, talking about Biden, is if you're voting for Trump in 2020 after all you've seen and heard, and you're a black person, that certainly calls into question your black political identity. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Oh my gosh. Then we go on, we listen to this stupid stuff. I mean, Trump has repeatedly attacked Obama. What, you can't attack Obama because he's black? This was used, by the way, in the entire term of Obama from 2008 to 2016. Right? If you had any criticism, it was because he was black. And this worked for a while, folks. It didn't work for Rush Limbaugh. Remember Rush? He was asked to write some 500-word article, and he said, I don't need 500 words, I need 4. I hope he fails. Oh, he's racist. No, I hope he fails because he's one to implement policies that I come out and I come out against on my program each and every day. I hope he fails in his stated purposes to make this country what, he tells us he wants to make it, which is the antithesis of what constitutional conservatism is. So you attack Obama, you're racist. You call this, again, I'm looking at this article, CNN, call them Mexican immigrants rapists. There are Mexican immigrants who are rapists. I don't mean to be a stickler over the facts. Of course, there's rapists. I've been through this before. There's rapists in any group. Apparently, there's alleged rapists even when there's two candidates running for president. Right? Biden's been alleged to be a rapist. Does that mean that you're racist against white people by pointing that out? Trump didn't call all Mexican immigrants rapists. That is absurd and stupid and untrue. But of course, there were people being raped by people who were illegally entering this country. You can point to examples. We have names. It's not. Again, this is how they do this. Again, here's another example. Referred to African nation as excrement hole countries. Remember that? And dispatched a series of racist tweets telling 4 non-white Democratic congresswomen that they should go back to the crime-infested places where they came from, talking about AOC, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, and Ayanna Pressley, I believe. So the argument here by CNN is, look, this guy is so clearly racist. Trump is. What Biden's really saying is, if you're having trouble deciding between a racist candidate and me, then you're not black. Which again, it doesn't add up. I guess we're supposed to believe that white people don't care if a candidate's racist. That's what we're left to believe here. Anyway, I just can't believe that this sort of stuff is put into print and taken seriously. Well, it's not in print. I guess this is online, but you get the idea. So that being said, I've got to take a timeout. Quick timeout. You're listening to the home of conservative, not bitter talk. I am your host, Todd Huff, back here in just a minute.
Looking to make a conservative, not bitter fashion statement? Check out our apparel online, including brand new items at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
Hi, I'm Greg Hubler from Greg Hubler Chevrolet. You know, a promise can get lost in a big city, but in a smaller town, a promise made had better be a promise kept. That's why the Greg Hubler Promise covers every vehicle we sell. All new Chevys receive a 3-year, 45,000-mile scheduled maintenance, plus complimentary roadside assistance and a free car wash with every visit. A promise made is a promise kept. Stop by Greg Hubler Chevy today or visit GregHublerChevy.com. Find new roads.
The printing industry has changed a lot since we opened for business in 1931, but what our clients expect from us really hasn't changed. Quality print, fast turnaround, and competitive prices. We've learned a lot at Moeller Printing over 86 years and 3 generations. Why not put that experience to work for you? Call 317-353-2224 and mention discount code RADIO to receive 10% off your first order. Call Moeller Printing at 317-353-2224.
Healthcare is expensive and complicated. Did you know that as a Christian business owner, it is possible to provide access to affordable health benefits for your employees? Remodel Health has helped employers across the United States save over $22 million in the past 3 years. Our innovative approach allows your employees to have the health benefits they need at a cost you can afford. Go to remodelhealth.com/Todd to help your employees find the healthcare they deserve. Remodel Health. Rethink employee health benefits.
Geothermal tax credits are back, making this the perfect time to install a new Climate Master geothermal system. Take advantage of this limited time 26% tax credit and begin cutting your heating and cooling bills immediately. Visit indianageothermal.com/info to get your free Climate Master information kit or call 317-829-1490. Visit indianageothermal.com/info or call 317-829-1490. Geothermal, it's cheaper than you think.
This is the sound of your typical do-it-yourselfer in completely over his head.
For heating, plumbing,
and electrical done right.
Call Mr. Quick. Call Mr. Quick. Dial the number, spell the words. For on time.
Hi, my name is John Swadner, sales director of the Todd Huff Show. As a listener of the program, you know the show is growing. 4 years ago, it began as a podcast in a closet. Today, it's a 2-hour show that airs during morning drive in Indy and in Utah, and we're just scratching the surface. Todd brought me on board to help the show, and our advertisers grow. That's why I'm specifically looking for partners who are a good fit to advertise with us. Would that be you? To learn more about what advertising would look like and to determine if it's a good fit for your business, shoot me an email to john@toddhuffshow.com. And be sure to ask me about some of our special packages that will save you up to 40%. Email john@toddhuffshow.com. Shoot me an email today.
The compassion of Christ compels us to stop what we're doing and seek that person out. I think as Jesus went in that famous song I sang as a little kid was Zacchaeus, come down. Zacchaeus was in a tree and he wanted to engage with Jesus, but he just couldn't, and Jesus stopped and he went over to him. If we are going to live a life of compassion, the compassion of Christ, are we willing to stop and seek those who need a touch of compassion today?
You rely on your vehicle every day. It's not a member of the family, but you spend as much time with it as most family members. You wouldn't take your family to just any doctor, so don't trust your vehicle to just any repair service. At Raymond's Auto and Truck Repair in Plainfield, we have well-trained, caring technicians that have the expertise to get you back on the road. For 25 years, we've been servicing personal, commercial, and fleet vehicles. Give us a call at 317-838-7112 for the car service you deserve.
Welcome back. Here's something else. TheNation.com. You ready for this? If you haven't seen this, buckle up. Headline, this is written by a lady by the name of Katha Pollitt. Pollitt. Headline of this thing, we should take women's accusations seriously, right, of course, but Tara Reade's fall short. Tara Reade's fall, I don't know why, based on what? We'll find out here. I specifically want to focus on one thing that she said. Of course, when you realize what this lady says, you'll realize it doesn't matter what Tara Reade has to say about Biden. It doesn't matter about the veracity of her claims that Biden raped her in 1994 in the basement of the Capitol building. Doesn't matter. She said, I would vote for Joe Biden if I believed, even if I believed, Reade's account. Fortunately, I don't have to sacrifice morality to political necessity. Here we go. Buckle up, because this is, you want a dose of how not to look at morality in the world? Welcome to the lens presented here by Katha Pollitt. First sentence. It'll get you at the first sentence. You ready for this? I would vote for Joe Biden if he boiled babies and ate them. Let me say that again. I would vote for Joe Biden if he boiled babies and ate them. Look, I mean, this conjures up all sorts of them. First of all, she later tweeted out, oh, people don't understand dark humor. That's what she tweeted out. It's dark humor. It's dark. I'll give her that. It is dark. It's dark and demented. And I'll agree with her that people don't understand humor. This is dark humor. I would vote for Joe Biden if he boiled babies and ate them. Now, do I really, I pause because I was going to ask myself, do I really think that this is hyperbole or something that's really true? Hopefully it's hyperbole here. Hopefully it's hyperbole. But given how the left treats abortion, I don't know. I don't know here, because there are some things that's disturbing in this image that she's conjuring up. He wasn't my candidate, she writes, but taking back the White House is that important. Taking back the White House is important enough, I guess, if you have a guy running that's wanting to boil babies and eat them. Maybe that's, to get with the ideas and the things that we've heard proclaimed from the left, she has to move the needle past the crazy. And apparently the first place she could find that's past the crazy that we've seen in the Democrat Party is boiling babies and eating them. I'm not even comfortable saying these things. And I get, look, dark humor. This isn't, I don't know what's funny. There's not anything funny about this. It's like trying to make a joke about a concentration camp or something. This isn't funny. She continues here. 4 more years of Trump will replace what remains of our democracy, of course, with the unchecked rule by kleptocrats, fascists, religious fanatics, gun nuts, and know-nothings. That's right, it's a foregone conclusion here. The environment, education, public health, the rights of voters, workers, immigrants, people of color, and yes, women. I guess. It's just incredible to me. The lengths to which these people go to decide to further their ideology, and the candidate who is the vehicle for through the furthering of their ideology, what they will do to defend him or her or whatever, but in this case, him. Forget them, she says, and not just for the next 4 years. A Trump victory will lock down the courts for decades. You know what? I want to say a word about that. You know what a Trump-appointed judge, you know what they're afraid of from a Trump-appointed judge? Someone who follows the law. Someone who follows the law. You may tell you something. The left has used the courts as an instrument for creating law. In many cases, you can make the case, in some instances, more frequently than they use the legislative branch. If they can't get what they want through the legislative branch, take gay marriage as a perfect example. That failed numerous times, all over the place. In some places that, like, say, California. It failed all over. It failed many, 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 many more times than it succeeded. Until suddenly the Supreme Court woke up one day and they said, hey, we found the right to gay marriage in the Constitution. Now, some of these same justices, they cannot for the life of them. They've searched high and low. They can't find the right to keep and bear arms. They can't find that. They can't find the rights that people have to free speech, even if it crosses into an area that they say is constituted as hate speech. They can't find the right to free speech in that category, or at least they want to begin the process of qualifying what constitutes really free speech and all this. They can't find those things. What they can find is the right to same-sex marriage. And whatever you think about that, fine. But my point is they can't win this argument politically. They didn't. Now, since then we moved to this point where, a lot of people have just accepted that, and that's the law. Have you ever noticed that too, by the way? Something happens a leftist doesn't like, they will fight it till the end of time. And they will pass along to the next generation the desire to fight that decision or political outcome or whatever. The second that something is overturned that is, say, conservative or something conservatives believe in or prefer or whatever, it's over, it's been decided, nothing we can do about it, move on with life. So they're upset at the Trump judges for following the law. They use courts. When you hear the term activist judges or judicial activism, this is what they mean. This is what we mean. We have judges who are put into places by almost always, although not always, but almost always, they're liberal judges. And they see something there that they don't like, that they politically wish wasn't the case, and they make it up on the spot. Look at this judge in the Michael Flynn case. Michael Flynn, the charges should be dropped against him without any question whatsoever. Any question whatsoever. Now, there can be political ramifications for this. The media can look into this, and people can make allegations that Trump is the one hiding stuff. Of course, that's not what's happening here, but they can make that case. But as a matter of law, to deny what the Department of Justice wants, which is these charges dropped, and for Flynn to be freed and be basically exonerated, this judge hasn't gone for that. In fact, even appointing someone to make the case as to why the charges should be kept in place, and while Flynn should continue to rot away in jail. They're okay with that. I cannot believe, she writes, that a rational person can grasp the disaster that is Donald Trump and withhold their support from Biden because of Tara Reade. So Tara Reade doesn't matter. Telling a black person they ain't black doesn't matter. Hunter Biden doesn't matter. None of this stuff matters to these radical leftists. They are blinded by their ideology. It makes no difference. She says, I don't care. I don't care if Biden raped Tara Reade. That's what she's saying here, folks. That's what she's saying here. This should trouble anyone with a conscience. Look, and I know that typically what happens is when someone is nominated specifically or typically as a Republican, then all these allegations are brought out about their character or other personal reasons. Those are supposed to matter then. We're supposed to care. But we're not supposed to care when they're a Democrat. And by the way, the charges that have been, the allegations made against Trump were nothing like this. I take that back. There was one woman that I remember that accused Trump of raping her as well. But it's the story where she was in a department store, wherever you try on clothes, whatever you call it, just changing room or whatever. And he forced himself on her, and she made some comments, which I don't want to get into here. But look, I mean, these are serious allegations made against Biden. This goes back, there's evidence of these allegations being made back even in 1993. And so, but we're supposed to ignore them. Same thing with Hunter Biden. Doesn't matter what the Ukrainian government has done. Basically now saying Biden is effectively the subject of corruption in this investigation. Doesn't matter. We're going to ignore all that stuff. Instead, we're going to defend Biden to the very, very bitter end, which may not be far off here, politically speaking, with what the Democrats are, maybe planning here heading into the convention here later this summer. But anyway, that being said, really long in this segment. Oz has been trying to keep me on task here. I have not obliged. I'm going to do that real quick, take a break. You're listening to Conservative Not Better Talk. I am your host, Todd Huff. Back in just a minute.
Like what you hear on Todd's show? Why not get more by signing up for Todd's free Semi-Sweet Morsels of Truth newsletter? To subscribe, visit toddhuffshow.com/subscribe or text HUFF to 31996.
Hey Indianapolis, by now you've probably heard about Jody Dowdle with Midwest Tax Group. Jody and his team are experts at helping you prepare your personal or small business tax returns. You can count on Midwest Tax Group to get every deduction possible and work for your higher refund. And not just on this year's taxes, they'll check your prior returns for any tax savings you may have missed for free. Are you behind on filing your returns? They can file past due returns and help negotiate with the IRS too. They complete most tax returns within a week and charge an affordable flat fee, no hourly billing. And as their client, you can consult with the team at Midwest Tax Group year-round at no charge. Midwest Tax Group has 4 office locations in Castleton, Greenwood, Plainfield, and Greenfield, with evening and weekend appointments available. Schedule your appointment today at 317-288-5260. That's 317-288-5260. Or visit their website at mwtaxgroup.com. Midwest Tax Group can help you more than any piece of software ever could.
I love my community, and I wanted to do more to make a difference with my hard-earned dollars. I wanted to make an impact and help shape our future and our county. So I gave money to the Community Foundation of Morgan County. More than just charitable giving, the money I donate is tracked and measured so every dollar is held accountable. It's a social return on your investment. Why don't you join me in donating at cfmconline.org? That's cfmconline.org. Philanthropy with measurable impact.
Outside of the federal government, no one likes losing money. Any amount of money, not just the $6 billion the State Department lost. And what makes losing money worse is knowing that we could have done something to stop it. Well, if you have an inefficient furnace, a toilet that won't stop running, or a leaky faucet, you can do something about it. You can call the good folks at Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. Call 317-831-5279 or visit economyheatingandair.com.
Shepherd works with kids like me on the Near East Side of Indianapolis. We go to school and after-school programs to learn and have fun. The Todd Huff Show is partnering with Shepherd for the next 40 days. During this time, you can donate $40 to help fund Shepherd's programs. Visit shepherdcommunity.org/40 days to play your part. That's shepherdcommunity.org/40 days.
When life is hard for the women you care about, there is help with issues such as widowhood, anxiety, depression, or abuse. They don't have to go through it alone. Peace Restored is there to walk with women through the journey. Peace Restored helps women through free mentoring, counseling, and education. When life is hard, Peace Restored is there to help women you care about find hope and healing. To learn more, visit peacerestored.net.
Healthcare is expensive and complicated. Did you know that as a Christian business owner, it is possible to provide access to affordable health benefits for your employees? Remodel Health has helped employers across the United States save over $22 million in the past 3 years. Our innovative approach allows your employees to have the health benefits they need at a cost you can afford. Go to remodelhealth.com/Todd to help your employees find the healthcare they deserve. Remodel Health. Rethink employee health benefits.
Ever ask yourself, what does my business insurance actually cover? Well, at AIA and Avon, we think you deserve to know. AIA is focused on earning your trust. We've found that when we educate our clients and truly listen to them, they allow us to work alongside them to put together the insurance plan they need. Whether your business is big or small, give AIA a call, 317-718-1747, or find out what we can do for you at AIA4lowrates.com. Advertisement sponsored by Grange Insurance.
Welcome back. Referencing this piece in The Nation written by Katha Pollitt. And look, she's basically said here, well, she didn't basically say, she flat out said that she would vote for Joe Biden if he boiled babies and ate them. She is talking here about Tara Reade. That's the basis for this. Saying she doesn't have to sacrifice morality to political necessity. She said, when I started writing this piece too many long days ago, Trumpies, burners, and many feminists alike supported Reade's allegations first made public on March 25th on Katie Halper's podcast that Biden sexually assaulted her and raped her in 1993. Got to get that right there. Have to get that right there, Ms. Pollitt. When she was a staffer in 1993, when she was a staffer in his Senate office. I was on the fence, she says. I wrote, I'd like to know more on Twitter and Facebook and was reviled as a feminist hypocrite, interestingly enough, mostly by me. And I wonder, though, maybe just like the professor, political science professor at Howard University told us, that we can question the blackness of someone. We can question the blackness of African Americans on one issue, and that is if they are not Democrats. I wonder if that's the same here. We can question someone's feminism based on one issue, whether or not they believe women. I'm not saying this. This is stupid stuff. This is the stupid stuff we're subjected to each and every day. She continues here. I take women's accusations very seriously, but there have always been reasons to be skeptical about this one, really. I'm not saying there's not reasons. Look, I have been on this side of this, on the consistent side of this from the beginning. No matter who's charged, whether it's, take your pick, all the people in the Me Too movement. Of course we have to, there's not a presumption of guilt just because someone makes an allegation. There may be questions to answer, right? You can't prove your innocence. The question is whether or not I have answers to the allegations. And there are some things that are troubling in many of these stories. It doesn't mean that any of it, that in and of itself doesn't mean something is not true. It just means that it could be. It seems like a logical thing for me to believe, but that's not the way. It's not the way that the left looks at this. They take women's accusations seriously, and they believe them. And see, that's another thing. They want to move the goalposts on this. They want you to forget that during the Kavanaugh hearings, people were out protesting that just said, I believe women, right? That's it. I believe. I don't believe any woman would make this up. That's what we were told. Even though there's documented evidence of women making these things up, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because Republicans are being charged. Now that Biden's being charged or having these allegations levied against him by Tara Reade, suddenly we have to look at and really review whether or not these things may or may not be true, which again, I'm on the side of. the hypocrisy here is palpable. It's thick. She continues here to believe. She doesn't believe Tara Reade. She said, I've been skeptical about this. You have to believe that Biden put her up against a wall. And let me tell you here, this is going to get graphic really quickly. So young ears can be covered, or you can turn it down for the next few seconds. But here we go. You have to believe that Biden put her up against a wall and penetrated her with his fingers on the spur of the moment in a hallway in the Capitol complex, where she says she was looking for him to give him his gym bag. This corridor, which she can't precisely identify. Pause. Remember Blasey Ford. Drawing a blank on the first name. Oz, you remember? Just momentary pause here. Christine, that's right. Christine Blasey Ford. She couldn't identify the house. Remember this? She didn't know how she got back from the house or maybe to the house. She didn't know where the house was. But yet, Tara Reade's identified the Capitol hallway. She can't give the specific location. And so the whole argument here is, hey, why would Biden in this very busy thoroughfare? That's what they want you to think. They want you to think this is like the busiest interstate, in your city. Right? This is just full of people. Folks, I've been down here, and while there are certainly times where there's people walking through, it's not an endless supply of people constantly nonstop. There certainly could be an opportunity, especially when Ms. Reade's attorney says that Biden took her to a semi-private area or pressed her into a semi-private area where he, like an alcove, where he assaulted her, raped her allegedly. That seems logical, possible. Anyway, it's just so the double standard, the hypocrisy, the sudden lack of interest in certain things, like whether or not someone was sexually assaulted and raped by a presidential candidate, is nuts. She also wants to go on to compare this to what Trump's been accused of. And see, this is what the left does. Trump's been accused of, and they pull out some number, 25, I think is what the number is that they use. Trump's been accused of 25. Biden's been accused of 1. Look, you got to believe Biden here. The number's bigger. as though that matters. I mean, it could matter, but it could also be any other number of things. I see the way that they tabulate some of these things. In fact, some of these things are, Trump walking in on people in the dressing room when they were changing at the beauty pageant, whatever that Miss Universe, I think is what it was. Which I'm not saying he should or shouldn't do. I'm simply saying that's dramatically different than allegedly raping somebody. Do we need to say that? So the 25 number doesn't become 25. In fact, it gets down to 1-to-1 if you want to get down to it. Trump's comments to Billy Bush do not add up to this either, even though I came out against about that back when he said those, or back when that was released back in the day. Anyway, the hypocrisy double standard here is pretty palpable and thick and, of course, predictable. And I've got to take a break. Come back and get into a couple of other things really quickly as we wrap up for the day. You're listening to Conservative Not Bitter Talk. I'm your host, Todd Huff, back in just a minute.
Listen to Todd's show on your way to work, but want to hear more? Don't miss a beat. Visit toddhuffshow.com/listen to catch the program anytime, anywhere.
Anxiety, depression, relationship problems, past trauma. Problems rarely get better when given time. Care to Change Counseling can help. Our professionals combined evidence-based care models with scripture to get you on the path to a productive life. We are here to help you make the changes you need for a healthier, happier you. Take that brave step today. Call Care to Change at 317-790-9396 or visit caretochange.org.
The compassion of Christ compels us to stop what we're doing and seek that person out. I think as Jesus went in that famous song I sang as a little kid was Zacchaeus, come down. Zacchaeus was in a tree and he wanted to engage with Jesus, but he just couldn't. And Jesus stopped and he went over to him. If we are going to live a life of compassion, the compassion of Christ, are we willing to stop and seek those who need a touch of compassion today?
What if your bank treated you like a person instead of an account number? What if you could sit across from the person you are opening an account with or requesting a loan from and have an actual conversation? You may be thinking, Todd, that's crazy talk. Well, not at Citizens Bank. Come visit them in Monrovia and meet Nick Gibson, their new branch manager, and the rest of their staff. Or give them a call at 317-831-0110. Citizens Bank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Seems like just yesterday that you couldn't find a quiet place to think in your home. Now all the kids have flown the nest and you find yourself wondering what to do with all of that extra space. This is Bruce of Bruce Richardson Realty. My team and I understand that life changes, and so do your home needs. So whether you're downsizing or upsizing, give us a call at 317-507-3285. Let us help you find the best fit for your residential or your commercial property needs. 317-507-3285.
If you own a rental property, you know the hassles of marketing, renting, collecting, and the handling of maintenance and repairs. One call to Zuluscape can put an end to your property management headaches. Zuluscape has over 20 years of experience helping landlords throughout central Indiana and taking the stress out of owning a rental. From A to Z, let Zuluscape handle it all so you can enjoy owning a rental instead of hating being a landlord. Give us a call at 317-663-8485 or visit our website at Zuluscape.com.
All right, here we go. $100 down, $100 down, $200 down, back at $300.
I went to my first firearms auction a few years ago. It was hosted by TJ Freege, one of my good friends from high school, who is a champion auctioneer and one of the best in the business. In spite of objections from liberal legislators, I walked away with a .22 rifle and a few boxes of ammunition. And I had a great afternoon with my grandpa that I won't soon forget. If you've ever wondered what treasure you could find in an auction, visit FreegeAuctioneers.com and take a look at their upcoming Central Indiana auction schedule. That's Freege, F-R-E-I-J-E, auctioneers.com. Visit FreegeAuctioneers.com.
Hi, I'm TJ Freege, owner and lead auctioneer at Freege & Freege Auctions and Marketing. I invite you to come see the power of live auctions. It's fast, it's fun, it's transparent, and it's the absolute best way to ensure you get fair market value for your asset today. Get results, go auction.
Welcome back. I have gotten us off the track on time. So we've got other things out there too. We've got Tara Reade's attorney dropped her on Friday. That's important. I mean, who knows? He didn't give a specific reason for that. So that's out there. We've got Ilhan Omar going out to, what in the world do I hear going on here? Ilhan Omar saying that she believes Tara Reade. She said this in a interview with the British Sunday Times, and that if it were up to her, Biden wouldn't be the Democrats' nominee for president. So there may be a little bit of this percolating in the background. And again, I remember interviewing Dr. Victor Davis Hanson a couple of weeks ago. He said there was a 30% chance that Biden would not be the eventual nominee from the Democrat Party. And Bill Bennett is saying it's actually 50%. So that's a very real possibility at this point. Of course, people like Ilhan Omar want Bernie. That's not going to happen. But nonetheless, we get all this stuff going on, and these things are kind of, I mean, we don't know where they're going to go. I mean, it's still, I think, better than likely that Biden's the nominee. But you keep having information come out like this regarding Tara Reade, or that allegation, Hunter Biden and the Ukraine deal, and you've got the "you ain't black" comments. I mean, if Biden offends people that are supporting him, that are black voters, and he loses, let's say Trump wins, as some people think, maybe up to 15% of the black vote, that is a major problem for the Biden campaign. And comments like "you ain't black" if you don't vote for Biden is just not, can't be good. Surely, right? Anyway, Got to take one more time out for the day. You're listening to the home of conservative, not bitter talk. I am your host, Todd Huff. Back in just a minute.
Is it possible to be a fan of the show if you don't have the gear to prove it? Why not be safe and remove all doubt? Shop for official merchandise at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
What if your bank treated you like a person instead of an account number? What if you could sit across from the person you are opening an account with or requesting a loan from and have an actual conversation? You may be thinking, Todd, that's crazy talk. Well, not at Citizens Bank. Come visit them in Monrovia and meet Nick Gibson, their new branch manager, and the rest of their staff. Or give them a call at 317-831-0110. Citizens Bank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Business leaders, are your employees satisfied with their jobs? Do they enjoy coming to work and feel valued? Workforce Chaplains can help. Locally owned, we work with organizations to provide holistic care to their employees. I'm Marcus Schrader, president of Workforce Chaplains, and we offer your team a 24/7 support system that positively affects your company's culture and productivity. With our personalized pricing and diverse support system, we handle the issues that you wish you had time for. To learn more, visit us at workforcechaplains.com.
Are you an electrician, plumber, or handyman looking for an 8-to-5 job that pays you what you're worth? Copper Ridge Home Services wants you. Our veteran-owned family business offers holiday pay, weekends off, and on-site training for entry-level positions. Our team is growing, so if you have a can-do attitude, we want you to be part of that growth. Ready for a change? Give Copper Ridge a call at 317-839-6100. That's 317-839-6100. Copper Ridge Home Services. We value your time.
Poverty usually isn't a choice that people make. It's often something that they are born into. Poverty is a cycle because kids are only ever taught what their parents know about money and how the world works. Shepherd works with kids on the Near East Side of Indianapolis, educating them and providing the resources that they need to break the cycle of poverty. The Todd Huff Show is partnering with Shepherd in their mission for the next 40 days. During this time, you can donate $40 to help fund Shepherd's programs. Visit shepherdcommunity.org/40 days to play your part. That's shepherdcommunity.org/40 days.
Ever ask yourself, what does my business insurance actually cover? Well, at AIA and Avon, we think you deserve to know. AIA is focused on earning your trust. We found that when we educate our clients and truly listen to them, they allow us to work alongside them to put together the insurance plan they need. Whether your business is big or small, give AIA a call, 317-718-1747, or find out what we can do for you at AIA4lowrates.com. Advertisement sponsored by Grange Insurance.
Geothermal tax credits are back, making this the perfect time to install a new Climate Master geothermal system. Take advantage of this limited time 26% tax credit and begin cutting your heating and cooling bills immediately. Visit indianageothermal.com/info to get your free Climate Master information kit or call 317-829-1490. Visit indianageothermal.com/info or call 317-829-1490. Geothermal, it's cheaper than you think.
Radon is an invisible, odorless gas that kills more people than drunk driving. In fact, radon is the leading cause of lung cancer in non-smokers. Is radon threatening the health of your family? Call Radon Environmental at 317-843-0804. Radon Environmental specializes in radon testing and mitigation. The process is quick, easy, and worth it. Radon Environmental wants to make sure your family's health is not at risk. Call 317-843-0804. Welcome back. Waning moments of the second hour here. I'll tell you really quickly that today, Tuesdays are the day that we send out our email newsletter. It's totally free. Subscribe is easy. All you have to do is go to toddhuffshow.com/subscribe, or you can just grab your cell phone. Now do it in a safe space, not while you're driving down the road, but you can text the word Huff to 31996. Respond back with your email. You'll be added to get the email newsletter. Have a great day. SDG, guys. Take care. As a listener of this program, I have